Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So have you ever wondered why some guys get a lot of attention from some girls and the other guys are completely invisible? Imagine this, you want to go and talk to a girl, but to their eyes you are not really sure. You are like, my name is and they would see someone who's not confident, who's probably not successful. So they cross you out, reject you instantly. Imagine you're them. Like, in order to understand the concept, we need to imagine what they see. They see someone who's not even believing in their own capability and abilities. So they would just say no because that's the right thing to do. That's a disrespectful kind of thing for themselves to say yes to that person. Imagine you walk in the street and someone shows up and you don't get like the good vibes from that person, and that person doesn't know what the hell they're doing, so you would just reject it. It's a very natural kind of thing. But you see, for example, on Instagram or on YouTube, you see a lot of people, they are going randomly to the beach or to a mall and they would go and talk to the girls. A lot of those girls actually are really showing interest in that guy who's just interviewing them. Why? Because that guy has a lot of confidence. That guy knows how to talk. And this is the really interesting thing. He was not like that in the first 10, let's say, interviews that he had. He experienced it. He went out, tried, failed, until he became like confident, until he knew what would work. Because life is just like that. You would become, let's say, who you want by action. Imagine like you want to get a driving license, mate. What do you expect? To get behind the wheel and start the engine and drive like a professional? It's not gonna work out like that. You will be, let's say, not able to go very much professionally. The car will turn off, some problems will happen, but eventually you will learn how to use that car by action, by practical kind of work. So if you think that you have to be perfect to drive, you won't even be able to drive that car, which is a very basic thing. Human beings, an infant like walking, he would stand, try to walk and fall. Again, many times fall until they know how to walk. So if you take that practical kind of aspect out of them, they will not be able even to walk. So that's the interesting part of it. So just experiences, like you go out, you talk. I know it's not very comfortable, you might be out of your comfort zone. Also to the everyone who's watching this video from this part, we're just talking about the fact that in order to learn some stuff, when it's like dating or when it's like something practical, you will learn it by the experience. For example, by talking, for example, if you wanted to talk your mother tongue, you learn how to talk by talking. You learn something by doing the thing. You don't need to be perfect at the beginning, but you would do it, you would learn, you will improve, and then you have a better kind of version. It happens, everything happens like that. You can look at the lives of superstars, celebrities, millionaires, billionaires, all this kind of successful people. Success for them never happened overnight. They were pushing many times, and there were difficult moments. They were working so many hours per week, sleeping at the same factory that they owned or they worked at. There are a lot of names that come to my mind for these kind of people that did these. So if you're willing to do what 98% of people are not going to do, then you will get the success that only 2% will get. Because when the numbers talk, nonsense walks. So it's just like that. If you want to actually get the right feedback, you need to understand how to take the action. By taking the action and doing these things, you can understand these things. And I have some other videos exactly about psychology and human behavior. And why is it important, you might be asking? That, okay, psychology or human behavior is not our field of study. I believe it's an interdisciplinary field. because to actually communicate, you need to understand a few of psychological patterns of people. For example, the body language. When you're sitting next to someone and they cross their arms like this, they're on a defensive kind of status. So it doesn't matter what they tell you, you understand that they don't feel very comfortable with you. If you go to a place and you see some eyes actually locking on you, checking you out, it's not always the fact that they're interested in you. Sometimes it's like that they don't really feel like you are like part of them. So you're an outsider. So by the time that you know all these things, you can apply it also to your job and career. Because imagine you are working in an office. Your colleagues, they're not gonna come and directly tell you how they feel about you. For example, if someone doesn't feel very comfortable to you, they will be very, let's say, calm and very kind to you. They will come to you and say, hello, yeah, you okay? Yes, yes. But you can sense it that deep down they're not really close friends. So when you learn how to read the nonverbal communication and these skills, you can grow your business. That's the reason why I built this channel. I believe it's a multidisciplinary kind of experience, and to improve in your life, because you're going to work with humans. You need to understand how they think, you need to understand how to expect their kind of behavior, and only that way you can be sure that, okay, by predicting, okay, for example, if I say this, they will say that, and then I say this, so because like thousands and thousands of years ago, like we used to go to the wars, okay, not these days because we're really civilized. But back in the day, we used to go to the war, and a lot of people who were not like predicting the movements, like had to suffer or didn't even make it alive out of those wars. So it's like in a strategic kind of thing. You understand it, good. You don't, then there is a consequence of that. And the cost of your new life is your old self. So if you want to improve and you want to grow exponentially and get something you never had, you need to do the things you never did. And you know it better than me because you've continued until this part of the video and you know what you need to change in your life. Whether it's like doom scrolling on TikTok or on Instagram Reels or just fake dopamine that you insert to your life because sometimes you feel hopeless. And by the way, you think you're only alone on this kind of journey? You know how many people are just doom scrolling on social media? The fact that these apps are so addictive is because the people running these from Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, they're really smart. They run billion-dollar empires. They know exactly how to hook people in and trap them inside so hours and hours of their days would be spent on the app, and they can sell the advertisement, they can do everything they want, they can feed you the stuff they want, and everything right there is decided already. Like from the pictures you see and all these things, like you see someone traveling and someone doing these kind of things, it would bring a comparison in your gut, and it would be like, okay, why not me? And you would feel dissatisfied. You think all these things are random? They're all planned, they're all intentional. It's not a conspiracy theory, it's the truth. Imagine you build an app. You will bring people to make the app in a good way that people would love to use it. When they get in it, they will stay there. So you watch, I mean, I do the same. We go and from one reel to the next one, hours and hours is spent, and you say, wow, what have you been doing in the last few hours? Because they know what you like. Your feed knows exactly what you like. And after 2 or 3 random kind of feeds that you don't like very much, you're gonna see one thing that you really like. And then you will be like, okay, let's keep on going. Maybe I get something really cool. You keep on going, and be like, wow, time has passed. What did I do today? Nothing. So that's the lives of many people being wasted these days. By the way, if you like the content, feel free to subscribe to the channel and I'm curious to know what you guys think about the videos. Feel free to contact me or like comment down below, like the video, and let me know what you guys think. And if you like this video, you're probably gonna like one of the videos that pop up on the screen. And until the next one.